Under a deal reached earlier this month, each country in the EU would be responsible for a set number of migrants, but would not necessarily have to take them in. Countries unwilling to receive irregular migrants and refugees arriving ad hoc to the EU would help their hosting peers through cash, around €20,000 per person, equipment or personnel. The agreement reached did not need to be unanimously approved by member states, and Poland and Hungary were opposed. Both countries opposed the proposed wording on migration in the conclusions of the regular EU summit, though it had no impact on the deal already approved.
There was no specific request. Especially Hungary was totally adamant, saying, I will not vote for any conclusions at all. Okay. We don't want to see any conclusions. So it was not about, let's do it this way or the other way. It was like, we don't want to see the migration being mentioned at all.
It was a pity that we didn't reach an agreement last night. Let's hope that today we'll reach an agreement, we'll have common conclusions. Migration is a common problem, and we need to show in action what we say about solidarity. And I hope that today's discussions are going to be much better.
I prefer to have no conclusion than bad conclusions. If it's to have a breach of treaties, it's not acceptable.
Yesterday at the EU Council meeting, I requested to include in the conclusions that the relocation process is voluntary, that it is not compulsory. And what did I hear from the other side? That it cannot be included. If we cannot include it, it means that part of the European Council would like to move away from its own provisions from 2018 and would like to make the relocation process compulsory and not voluntary. That's why we cannot agree to such conclusions. And that's why we stand by our opinion that the best solution in this case is a referendum. The referendum, which has already been announced and will be conducted in a few months, so that Poles can have their say on whether they want a safe country or they want to see pictures that we see in various cities and suburbs in Western Europe. Poland says it will hold a referendum on whether to accept the deal, possibly on the same day as elections scheduled for October or November.